Well, in fact, there was the rumor that after Pac got killed, Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. And I remember when I interviewed TK Kirkland, who was actually roommates with Zip at one point. They were that close. He actually said, yeah.
The feds said that too.
He said that shit actually happened. Well, the story that has circulated was that after Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe and them.
Yes.
But he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy would be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire. So thank God. If this is a true story, I'm not saying yes or no, but if he would have gave them the money, it'd have been a murder for hire and Puffy would be locked up.
He said he's a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, he even said that, like, in retrospect, that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to Puffy. By Zip stealing the money, now Puffy isn't connected to that shit. Or else it would have been like a murder for hire or something, you know what I'm saying?
The FBI said that.
So the FBI told you the same
he was
thing?
a dirty motherfucker, yeah.
So the FBI told you that Zip kept that money as well?
They said Zip's a dirty motherfucker. Everybody crossed you. You the last one to know every fucking thing. Even lawyers, your friends, everybody can cross your ass. You just don't know. Even the dudes you was riding in the car with every day, like a LoJack. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, Zip had a history of ripping people off.
Yeah. He never ripped me off.
Well,
otherwise he wouldn't have.
Did he technically do? I mean, if he kept the money that supposedly.
True.
So actually, he ripped you off for $1 million.
Yeah. If that's what happened, yeah. They showed that I didn't ever know that he got no money, but they said he got it.
Yeah. Well,
Gene Deal said he got it too.
Oh,
Kirkland,
really?
yeah, everybody's, yeah.
And we begin with that breaking news at the top of this hour. New court documents show that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the killing of rap icon Tupac Shakur. According to the court documents, Davis claims Combs paid Eric Von Martin the money. He also says that Combs offered to set up a phone call with Terrence Brown, who was the driver of the car that rolled up next to Shakur and Suge Knight on September 7th, 1996, near the Strip. Now, Davis says that he was telling on himself and not trying to provide evidence against anyone else. He's accused of orchestrating the plot to kill Shakur. A trial date has been set now for some time in November.
New and wild allegations tonight in the 27-year-old Tupac Shakur murder case. According to new court documents obtained by News 3, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis accuses hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million in a plot to kill Tupac. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. Now the lieutenant, first on scene that night almost 30 years ago, was speaking out. News 3's Kalia Patterson joining us here with his response to those accusations.
Jim, Marie, Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefe D, says that rapper Sean Diddy Combs was also involved in that murder of Tupac Shakur. Now, the officer who last spoke to Tupac says that does not add up with the evidence.
How long would you expect, the rest of the world and the criminal justice system to all sit around and do nothing?
Former Las Vegas Lieutenant Chris Carroll sits down with News 3, unfazed by new court discoveries in the Tupac Shakur murder case. New court documents show that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the killing of the rap icon Tupac Shakur. According to the documents, Davis claims Combs paid Eric Von Martin the money.
I just don't see any proof of it. I don't see it leading anywhere other than the real story, which is that the murder took place with Orlando Anderson.
Davis also claims Combs offered to set up a phone call with Terrence Brown. Brown was the driver of the car that drove by with bullets flying out to Shakur and Suge Knight on the Las Vegas Strip September 7th, 1996.
There's really not even a motive there. The whole East Coast, West Coast thing. It was a thing in the 90s, but it certainly was no reason to put $1 million hit on somebody. I think the fact to say that Diddy is part of it, Diddy paid $1 million, I think it just makes for a good story.
Davis is also having trouble getting his bond paid. A friend of Davis's, another music executive, tried to pay it, but the judge denied the payment because she didn't know where the money came from. Prosecutors argued if Davis is set free on bail, he would sell his life story involving Tupac as income while he was on trial. Davis's attorney said that's not legal.
In regards to any restrictions that money is for his life story, again, as Your Honor just noted, it's very limited that at this point, since he's not convicted, you cannot tell Mr. Davis he cannot receive those monies. He could receive any monies in regards to this crime until he's convicted.
Carroll says the story is cut and dry and should be laid to rest.
Will it bring closure to the case? No. Regardless of whether he's found guilty or not guilty, the conspiracies will still continue. And unfortunately, I don't think it's really going to change anybody's mind much, regardless of what happens.
The judge over this case will make a decision on Davis's bail this week. Live in studio, Kalia Patterson, News 3.